Is it right or wrong to have sex with a corpse?
Wrong. It's objectively wrong.
How do you know it's objectively wrong as an atheist to have sex with a corpse?
Well, it depends on how hot the corpse is.
Well,
Answer.
I would say because I picked a moral code that tells me it's wrong.
And if somebody else picks a moral code that says it's right, how do you know they're wrong?
Well, I suppose you'd have to argue, right? Which is where logic would come into the play.
So give me the performative contradiction.
The contradiction is that both people, at the end of the day, have decided to believe something, to believe in an external moral code. And so
what's the contradiction?
The contradiction is that both people, it came down to an individual deciding that it's wrong.
What's the contradiction?
The contradiction is that regardless of which code you've picked, and regardless of who's correct or who's not, both people have picked one.
So there's no contradiction. So what's the contradiction?
Am I missing something here?
Do you know what a contradiction? What do you know what contradiction means?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, then the laws of logic require, if you say you could argue with logic for why something is true or false, you're looking for a performative contradiction to know that something's illogical. That's the only way you can say it's illogical. So what's the performative contradiction between somebody in group A who says it's okay to have sex with a corpse, and in group B they say it's not? You say that you can logically determine that. You can only logically make an argument against them by showing a contradiction. So show the contradiction.
Well, because your penis will be smelly.
Nice. Wow.
Not a contradiction.
Nice.
What's the contradiction, bro?
So what I'm saying is if there's two individuals both agree that, let's say, necrophilia is wrong, not just yucky like Alex here, but like two people both say that it's wrong.
Yeah, both people say it's wrong.
But both people say that the other one's worldview is incorrect. They both have come to this conclusion about something. Yeah. Somebody has to be correct, yeah?
Yeah, so where's the contradiction? How do we know which one's correct without the contradiction?
So in order to dig up the contradiction, wouldn't you have to use logic and examine both people's
That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you to use logic to show me the contradiction, why it's wrong to have sex with a corpse. Show me. Tell me logically why it's wrong. Can you do that or not?
Yeah, I would say it's wrong because I have picked a moral code that tells me that it's wrong.
And so if somebody else picks a moral code that tells them that it's right, why would they be wrong?
Well, we would have to observe. We would have to observe their worldview, correct?
Their worldview is it's not wrong, you dunce.
Can I argue for him?
Yeah, please. Anybody can argue for him. Holy shit!
I'll throw in one
the
thing.
Argument for against necrophilia would be that it would be dishonoring and disrespecting the dead, because the dead, once a person dies, they don't have a free will of their own.
They have a right not to get fucked after they die.
So hang on. So let's back up. Hang on. Well, you think in your worldview, necrophilia is wrong because a person has right to not be disrespected after death?
Yes.
And what gives them that right?
Men.
Because that's basically because they don't have a free will of their own. They don't have their life essence has been.
This is all begging the question. What gives them the right? Stop begging the question.
Right.
You're just reaffirming the question. I know what the question is because I just asked it. Why is it wrong?
Okay, here let me try to explain. A potential contradiction would be that as a human being, your goal is to reproduce, and having sex with a corpse is contrary to your natural purpose.
Yeah, natural law. Yeah.
So that could be one, for example.